Greetings and welcome to Jobless Talk Rant, something new for 2011. I'll be doing a weekly Jobless Talk Rant video on this, my YouTube channel, every week as sort of a YouTube version of my own blog talk radio show, Jobless Talk, which is on every Friday, noon Pacific time. Today's show is subtitled Get Out There. It might be in two parts, I'm not sure. Get Out There was inspired by recent events surrounding Ted Williams. You've heard him, man with the golden voice, and his 2-year-in-the-making overnight success. This homeless man with the golden voice is now employed, and I salute him and the reporter that helped make it possible. It didn't hurt his meteoric overnight change in circumstances to be blessed with a golden voice, but the 99er Nation is full of equally talented individuals as well. Am I happy for this man's success? I sure as hell am. In fact, I am overjoyed. Actually, I'm trying to stir up the 99ers from their sadness and depression. What is happening to the 99er Nation is shameful. But at the same time, the shame belongs to Washington, not the 99ers. Whether or not you agree with everything I write or opine makes no difference to me. What matters is that we can agree to disagree and still stand in brother and sisterhood, rising up to take our rightful place and demand that we have a right to survive. And we've survived so far, almost a year without Washington's help, fighting and scrapping. But we're fighting against each other, and that's what's got to stop. Honestly, I'm not here to mollycoddle anyone. I cannot and likely will never understand anyone in our situation not being thrilled over the good fortune bestowed upon another down-and-out American. Some folks are actually pissed off at me at the end of last year because I found a benefactor to actually keep my jobless talk on the air. I'll never understand that. If I ever get to that point, you have my permission to shoot me, okay? I never want to ever be anything but thrilled over the blessings God has bestowed upon another fellow human being struggling to survive. Now, don't let anyone make you feel less than, including yourself. Right now, many 99ers have a level of self-confidence that's basically mincemeat, and it must be rebuilt. You will never know what you can do until you try. The only true failure is to give up, and it is a universal principle that you can only achieve what you believe. So you cannot stop believing in the cause and yourself. With that said, please, for your own sakes, do not digress into being thin-skinned and easily offended. If I allowed every jerkwad that had an opinion about me, justified or otherwise, to get me down, I'd never survived this far. If you allow your own melancholy and despair to deteriorate your humanity to the point where you cannot honestly revel in the success of others who experience their own personal breakthrough, if instead you lash out bitterly and insistently cling to your right to be angry and depressed because you've earned that right, and you have, if you do that, then you're going to miss what may be your only path out of the hell the 99er Nation individuals find themselves in and that have been forced into at this very moment. I'm not saying to stop being angry. I'm saying to stop taking your anger out on the 99ers. Those who work hard, like myself, to help find some solutions and lead the charge. Stop being mad at yourself or ashamed at the situation that you've been forced into. Be mad at Washington, as that is where the blame rightfully belongs. The blame belongs in Washington. Then again, just mere anger is not sufficient. You need that anger to be put into action. We in the 99er Nation must be like a swarm of bees, plentiful and relentless, stinging away every chance we get. Be as visible and unceasing as possible, and there are millions of us in this situation, so do not expect us all to agree. This is like nothing we've ever encountered before. It requires out of the box thinking and out of the box action. We need to step up out of our comfort zone. Stop waiting for someone to lead you out of the darkness and then turn around and bitch at the very people who do that because, it might not work, or it might not work the first time, or I'm tired of doing this. The 99er Nation is not whiners. You're 99ers, not whiners. Don't justify that crap you hear on Fox News about us being a bunch of lazy bums by whining and not focusing our efforts. The 99er Nation has been badly screwed over by Washington and groups like NELP who are supposed to help us. But we are also in part to blame because we cannot seem to unite a sustained effort that snowballs into a greater, large number effect. Do not make the mistake of clinging to your apathy, then wonder why we're not getting anything done. Step up. Take out whatever task that you can. Do you think I was comfortable doing interviews and reporters and all this kind of stuff on radio shows? My radio show getting going myself? Do you think Mr. G or Rhonda Taylor and others who appeared on Fox News, do you think that these people did so without fear of some kind of trepidation? Do you think Connie Kaplan, Mignon Veasley Fields, or Cindy Paoletti were relaxed and unworried about appearing national TV on the Ed Show several times last year? I think not. But they did what had to be done. And so must we all. So I ask you, how bad do you want to survive? Do you want it bad enough to pitch in and leave comfortable in apathy and your ego at the door? Well, now is the time, and today's the day, baby. The 99ers Union has a great rank and file numbers, between 20 and 30,000, I guess, last count. But what are they doing with the rank and file? Just faxes and press releases will not cut it. No offense to the union. I'm part of the union. I support that union. But I tell you what, everyone in the union and everyone else out there, you need to get over to UCubed. www.unionofunemployed.com. Sign up. It's free. And Rick Sloan, who runs it, is such a smart man. A lot of experience with all of his involvement. He's very politically savvy. He's a motivator. He knows how to get things done. This man is so smart, and UCubed will be a definite mover and shaker this year in the 99ers fight. I tell you that for sure. How many people are represented in the 99ers Union? I don't know, 20,000 or more, but I say, stay with the 99ers Union. Do whatever they ask you to do, but get on UCubed today, now. When you get there, send me a friend request, Paladinette. We need an army of folks fed up enough to take this fight into victory. I assure you that 30,000 people ready to fight for survival of the 99ers under the leadership of Rick Sloan will make a huge difference and certainly expedite the rewards of our efforts. So spread the word. Get the word out to all the groups, blogs, Facebook pages, radio shows, unemployed friends. Pass out flyers. Do whatever you can do. The power of like-minded people coming together for a good cause simply has to spawn good things. The time to hide in your homes behind your computers is transcending into a call for more visible involvement. Hold your elected officials accountable. Show up at their offices. They put us in this mess, and I, for one, intend to be politely in their face until we get the 99er Nation what they need to survive and then eventually thrive, which is going to be jobs eventually, but we need benefits now. We will not be ignored any longer. You must not let up or allow yourselves to give in. I mean, what's the alternative? Are you willing to just lay down and die in the streets? I'm not. We need to treat each other with kindness and support no matter what bad time you're having. Do not become easily offended. Like any good relationship, it requires kindness, patience, and communication. You can agree without being disagreeable. I suppose you can say that it's not the things that make us different, but the things that unite us that we share, our like experience that bind us in this effort, and we don't have the luxury of fighting each other. Those days are gone. We must hold our collective noses if necessary, like we did in November, to do what we thought was best. Now, November was a terrible time. Let's face it, the Republicans run the House. And I will continue this on part 2.